Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Mark Stengler here with our special guest, Dr. Bill Sears, and we've had a number of different interviews with him in regards to his breakthrough book, The Healthy Brain Book. And this is the type of book where it has the most cutting edge science in it, but in a practical, understandable way, how people can integrate nutrition, exercise, specific supplements, stress reduction techniques, how to avoid environmental toxins which affect our brain health, the supercomputer of our well-designed bodies. And so, Dr. Sears, this is going to be a new topic, I think, for almost any doctor that's watching this. And that's this concept of the glymphatic system. That's right, called the glymphatic system. Most people have never heard of this and how that integrates into sleep and then even Alzheimer's risk. So maybe take us from step one and walk us through that, because this is, again, new information for people.
Yes, and Mark, as you naturopathic doctors would say, and if you don't mind, I could be an honorary naturopathic doctor today.
I think so.
Sleep is medicine. Sleep is when you make your medicine. And that's what naturopathic doctor is all about, helping your body make its own natural medicine. So let me take our viewers into their brain and show you what happens while you sleep. And it will be wow. Wow. When I say this to my patients, they'll say, wow, that goes on? I thought kind of sleep was a waste of time. No. All right. So let's imagine you're lying down, going to bed, going to sleep. Think you're entering a detox center. While you sleep, your brain detoxes. It detoxes all the junk that accumulated during the day. Neurotoxins from unhealthy air you breathe, food you eat, thoughts you think. So I'm entering detox when I fall asleep. And here's how that happens. When you fall asleep, and just picture this happening in your brain, you have trillions of little soldiers in your brain called glia cells. And they're the housekeepers of the brain. It's like a night shift of cells comes to work in your brain and it says, hey, we're here to clean house. So that's the first thing that happens. The night shift comes in to clean house. Now, where does it dump the garbage that it cleans up in your brain? The lymphatic system. The lymphatic system are like rivers that circulate throughout your brain. Vascular channels, rivers, the lymph system. And so the glia cells empty the garbage into the lymphatic system that widens while you sleep. It's like having a wider river that flows faster while you sleep. So that's why it's called the glymphatic system. The glia cells empty the garbage into the lymphatic system and then you get rid of it. So you go to bed with garbage and you wake up, the garbage has been collected. And that's why oftentimes I see this as a writer. I'll go to bed with a problem. I just can't think about how to say this or what the science is. And I'll wake up with a solution. It's like the brain says, hey, I just need to sleep on it. You've heard, I'll sleep on it, or I'll think about it. I'll sleep on it is very real. Now, so how to get it with that in mind, I mentioned that to motivate people to take sleep seriously. That's why probably our longest chapter in our book is on how to sleep smart. So first of all, point number one, eat smart during the day. Figure out your personal snooze foods. And they're usually high in protein. Mine happens to be, I notice, tuna and wild game. Very high in protein, tryptophan, because tryptophan helps make your natural sleep hormones. Number two, the more you move during the day, the better you sleep at night. Because movement kind of uses up a lot of energy, so the brain clicks on and says, hey, you overworked your body during the day and you overworked me during the day. We're going to sleep more soundly. And then thirdly, how you go to sleep. Lights out, 1 hour at least before you go to sleep. Not the time to check your email, not the time to look at a text. Lights out, at least an hour before you go to sleep. Because here's what happens. The awake hormones that get up and go in the morning gradually dial down to the lowest level in the evening, and around 6 to 7 p.m. in the evening, your sleep hormones like melatonin start going up. So you want to dial down your awake hormones and dial up your sleep hormones. But if you keep working at night and keep the light on at night, the brain gets confused. Well, I guess I'm supposed to be alert. Therefore, the melatonin, the sleep hormone, says, okay, I'll just relax. They don't listen to me. I can't work in light. See, so try to dim the lights, and then you go to your bedroom and you have the dimmest light as you possibly can in the bedroom. And I have a whole, what helps is to clear your mind of toxic thoughts before you enter even your bedroom. So I have a big wall before my bedroom that has all my favorite family pictures in it. You know, beautiful pictures of your wife, your children, your favorite vacation or something. And I go through and I look at that as I'm going into the bedroom, and my brain registers like, you're preparing me for sleep. Okay, and then you drift off to sleep. Now this is tough. I always have a recipe. It could be a prayer, a mantra, going to your happy place, walking along your favorite beach, something you fill your mind with as you go off to sleep that lulls you into sleep. This is not the time to think about the bills you have to pay the next day. That just revs you up. And then after a good night's sleep, this is something people forget. Have a pitcher of water, a big glass of warm water or something at your bedside, or maybe even in the sink. Drink up when you wake up, because most of us wake up dehydrated. And so take at least 2 to 3 glasses of water or some lukewarm liquid before, right as you wake up, not before bedtime, but when you wake up. Now, this also with Alzheimer's you mentioned. Why is this important with Alzheimer's? 2 reasons. As we get older, many people snore. Snoring is a red flag that you're not getting quality sleep. Snoring is a red flag that your brain's not getting enough oxygen. And a brain deprived of oxygen is going to wear out faster. So that's why one of the first questions somebody would ask, I will ask a patient who comes in with Alzheimer's or a caregiver, I'll say, does your husband snore? Well, yes, how'd you know? Big red flag. See, so quality sleep is when you want to detox to keep your brain from wearing out. So the better you sleep, the longer your brain's going to live. As simple as that.
And then you had also in your book, I think you've talked about some research. Again, I mean, depending on the quality of sleep or how the lymphatic is detoxifying the brain, how that's important in reducing the risk of Alzheimer's. Is that kind of the connection there?
Yes, it does. They've studied that carefully. In fact, our co-author Vince Fortunes mentions that a lot. That he noticed that correlation between what's called obstructive sleep apnea, snoring, and being very noisy when you breathe, mouth breather. I had a patient last month came in, and they came in for some other reason, and it was like that. The mouth was open all the time, breathing through his mouth. And I said to the mom, I said, you know, his problem's in his mouth. It's going to the brain. And she looks at me, what do you mean? He had obstructive sleep apnea.
Oh, yeah.
And when we widened his dental arch and cured his sleep apnea and his mouth breathing, he slept so much better. and his mood problems and his learning problems went away.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good example of treating the root cause. If you didn't address that, you could make all the other changes in the world, change schools, eat different foods, take supplements, and it would have had little effect because you had to treat the root cause, which was the obstructive sleep apnea.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's really good information. So Dr. Sears, again, you've talked about this in depth, which the average person can understand, the Healthy Brain book. But I know there's a lot of stuff in this book, the doctors out there, a good reason they should be reading the book as well, because most doctors don't understand the importance of sleep, how the lymphatic system works, detoxifying the brain, how foods have been shown in many, many well-designed published studies for improving brain function and mood, which you guys cover in the book, which is great. So again, your website's askdrsears.com. The interviews we've done with you, they can also see it at americasnaturaldoctor.com, our social media, Facebook, all these types of things. But thank you again for your time today.
You're welcome, Mark. Thank you.